Hey, what's up, guys? It's Aurora here, and I want to do a calculus problem because I encountered this problem while doing my work, and I wanted to explain it to y'all because I figured it out, and I didn't want anyone else to struggle with it. So here's how it goes. It's the limit of t as it approaches 0 of 1 over t times the square root of 1 plus t, and then that's going to be minus 1 over t. So this problem requires several steps, and I'll go through each step by step. So the first problem we have is these numerators, or sorry, these denominators don't match up at all. And so what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by this, the right side. We're going to multiply the right side by the square root of 1 plus t over the square root of 1 plus t so that they can have the same denominator. So we're going to do that. So we're going to get 1 over t, or I guess negative 1 over t, times the square root of 1 plus t over the square root of 1 plus t. And when we do that, we get negative square root of 1 plus t over t times the square root of 1 plus t. So now we know that this equals that. So that equals that. So we can rewrite the original equation as 1 over t times the square root of 1 plus t minus, and then the new one that we got, which is the square root of 1 plus t over t times the square root of 1 plus t. So now we know this is the same thing as the original, except these two denominators are the same. So now we can combine the numerators and then combine the denominators and we'll have the same equation. So we get 1 minus the square root of 1 plus t over, and then we just write the denominator one time. So we get t times the square root of 1 plus t. So we're not done yet. As you can see, we still have these roots in the numerator and denominator, and we also have this interesting little function on the top here, which has what's called a conjugate. Now, what's a conjugate? Okay, now write it down again, but flip the sign. Now it's a plus, right? This is the conjugate of 1 minus square root of 1 plus t. All you do is you change that sign there and you get the conjugate. So what we're going to do is we're going to perform some algebra here, multiply that by 1 plus the square root of 1 plus t over 1 plus the square root of 1 plus t. Now you're probably wondering why we do this. It's because if you were to do the same thing, if you were to multiply it by 1 minus square root of 1 plus t, it would technically be the same thing. Like you'd still be multiplying by 1 over 1. It just wouldn't really work as well because it's not the conjugate. So I'll show you why. So when you do this, it's going to be a little bit crazy at the beginning here. But basically, when you multiply this out, you have these ones here. One times 1 is 1. So you get 1. And then since these are both in the roots, you're actually going to get rid of the root. So since you're multiplying them by each other. So you're going to get minus 1 because this negative right here will overtake the positive. So you get minus 1 minus t instead of plus 1 or plus t, you get minus for both. And then in the denominator, we're going to keep it the same as before. We're just going to put it in parentheses. So it's going to be this function, or this right here, t times the square root of 1 plus t times this part right here, which is 1 plus the square root of 1 plus t. So now we know this is the same thing as before. This can simplify down further. So this actually equals 1 minus 1 is 0, so that cancels out, and then you get negative t over the denominator, which is t times the square root of 1 plus t over 1 plus the square root of 1 plus t. And then you have a t here and a t here, so those can cancel out, and you're left with the negative, which just is negative 1. So now we can rewrite as negative 1 over the denominator without the t because we crossed it out. So we got square root of 1 plus t times 1 plus square root of 1 plus t. Now normally we don't really like these radicals in the denominator, or these square roots in the denominator, but as we can see here, if we directly solve for what we were solving for in the beginning, which was the limit as t approaches 0. So we're going to be making t 0 here. So we got negative 1 times the square root of 1 plus 0 times 1 plus the square root of 1 plus 0. So when we simplify that further, we're left with negative 1 over what's the square root of 1 plus 0? It's just 1 times what's 1 plus the square root of 1 plus 0? 2. So negative 1 over 1 times 2 equals negative 1 over 2 equals negative 1 half. And that's your limit. It took a lot of algebra, but you only really needed algebra to solve this. And I think it's really interesting how far you can really get just by doing conjugates and just knowing what's wrong with the equation, what you need to fix, what you need to solve for. I thought it was really interesting. If you liked it and you want me to solve more of these, just let me know. If you need any help with any other equations, I can try to solve them, but I'm still pretty bad. So, but yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. All right, have a good one.